Welcome back. We're here with Mansoor Azeem from the mosque here in town. He is one of the imams there. Mansoor, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So many things to talk about in terms of the Muslim culture and the rituals that you guys do and everything. And there's a prominent Muslim community here. And of course, there was this thing that we found on Facebook about a father that was concerned about his daughter wearing the hijab and going to school for the first time because he and his wife aren't wearing the hijab. But there's a big thing for that girl and she really wanted to do that. And I think she's in grade 9. I'm not sure. She's young. What are your thoughts on that, his fear? And he wanted people to embrace her and treat her kindly. And I was kind of shocked when I saw that, and I wanted you to kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
You know, that's the story. It itself answers a lot of questions about parda and the veil. Her mother didn't used to wear the hijab, but she actually chose herself to wear the hijab. No one actually forced onto her, right? And that's a choice that a religion itself provides to its followers. And if you want to remain modest and you don't want to have that burden on your shoulders that you always have to look pretty and you always have to look nice, and you always have to pose the perfect pose on Instagram and other places, that teaching of veil and parda is actually for modesty, to preserve the modesty of women. And that's what she chose for herself.
It's interesting you talk about modesty because even in the Christian religions and stuff like that, Mother Teresa, Mary, wore that. It's almost like a hijab, right? It's a thing that they covered themselves for modesty. And it's interesting that kids have to go through that kind of discrimination and it's tough for them. What are some of the things you think that we should teach people, or maybe they should learn? I have no idea, like how to combat that type of stuff. And let's talk about the hijab as well too after.
How to come up with the solution of this, right? If someone is following the Islamic religion, Islamic culture, then they should be aware of the Islamic teachings as well. As far as the Islamic teachings are concerned, it is mentioned in the Holy Quran. It mentions to the believers that whenever you see some ignorant is treating you or misbehaving with you, just call peace be upon him. إِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا, which means you don't have to punish them, or you don't have to be rude with them. The teaching of the Holy Quran or the Islam is to be compassionate with them. And if something is happening in the school, if someone is bullying her or him, and if someone is mistreating them, then punishing will only make things worse. Right? Children are children. We can treat you. We should treat them as children. They do what they learn, right? From society, from home, from wherever they can. But children are children. Just doing some hard treatment to them, punishing them in school will only make them, you see, I told you these are the enemies. So I think being a compassion towards them, integration, having friendships with them, and when they do realize what kind of person you are, you're not just this veil which you're wearing, you're not just this parda, you're a human just like us, right? So that makes them understand, and they are more compassionate towards you, and they are more friend towards you as well. So that's the solution.
That's the solution. Interesting, because there's a lot of discrimination, there's a lot of anger towards Muslims sometimes, and that they shouldn't be. How do you deal with that type of stuff when somebody is that way with you guys? I know you told me about how you embraced somebody that actually was kind of like that with you guys.
I think we embrace them. That's what we do. That's the teaching of Islam, right? And we can't just punish them and be on equal grounds and in hating them as well. I think compassion brings people together. It joins the society. It builds bridges together, right? If someone is harsh, if someone is mistreating you, if someone is hating you, then just be compassionate to them, right? That's the whole motto. That's the whole teaching of Islam.
There's a lot of that. I know we're running out of time. We want to have you back here to talk about a lot of different issues when it comes to our communities and having the Muslim community, Christian community, all of us coming together and living here in one. But thank you so much for being here, and I hope we can have these discussions more and more openly
Sure.
as we go forward. Thank you, Mansoor, for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.